The young Orthurian approached hesitantly, his hands gingerly placed against the cool metal bar as he waited for the bartender to finish their rounds. Carri looked over at the human who seemed to be conversing with the bartender. He had a sly smile as he talked, and his hands was loosely holding a glass that seemed recently drained of his contents. Carri's ear twitched as he listened to the two. The bartender was muttering in a casual manner to the man. He could only catch a few snippets of what the two said.
I don't mind you being here, Arwell, but...
Shh, come on. It's not like I'm scaring away customers. You know I can pay for it, too.
With how much you drink, I think you should have to pay us to restock sometimes.
Okay, that's fair. I'm gonna stop. Eventually.
Eventually is when you're laying face down in a ditch, Taryn.
To prove it to you, I'll just ask for juice next time, or maybe water.
Whatever. I'll go get that Garthanian whiskey.
Oh, you're a godsend.
Carri felt guilty eavesdropping on the two, although eavesdropping in a place like this wasn't difficult. His 4 blue eyes turned towards the human. He seemed to have gone quiet, and the previous flame had cooled. His head was bowed as he looked down at his phone. The faint light improvised the laugh blinds that wasn't hidden behind the stubble. He looked to be in his mid-30s, perhaps older. Carri is unsure when he spotted gray in his hair. The air of the Tarian certainly seemed to change when he wasn't interacting with someone. The energy was drained from him, and he looked resigned and tired.
What can I do for you today?
The bartender gave Carri a smile as they placed their blue hands on the bar as well. The Orthian pulled back from his thoughts before muttering a mixed drink. A nod was given to the bartender and walked away. Carri, who only arrived a few days ago, was looking for a job or something that would quench the hunger that he had begun to pull with him when he was on Artho. He was a long way away from home, but he felt perhaps it was time for him to spread his wings, so to speak. His caretaker fought against it, as they should. There was a wide world out there that he wasn't prepared for.
Aren't you a little young to be looking so worried?
Excuse me?
Well, you're sitting in a bar, all 4 of your hands are balled up and your knuckles are white. You're staring off into space, plus you only look to be about 20, which is a bit young to be leaving Ortho. What's up? You running away?
That seemed a bit invasive, Carri thought, but from getting a good look at the Tarian now, he was surely drunk. Carri was sure that he meant no harm by it.
I'm looking for myself.
He said unsurely, and the Tarian seemed to have picked up on that immediately. His face seemed to soften before his attention was brought back to the drink being given to him.
Aren't we all looking for ourselves in the end?
There, his face dropped again, like he was remembering something. They both sat in silence, and a thought struck Carri.
I heard earlier the bartender called you Arwell? Like the pilot that used to be associated with the traders of the state 10 years ago?
Carri said mainly because it had been on his mind since the bartender said his name. The Tarian remained silent, almost hesitant to answer him, but his gloved hand seemed to have clenched instinctively. Carri was taken back, and he turned over to apologize, but the Tarian sighed.
It was 12 years, but yeah, I am.
Why?
Arvo took a sip, and visible irritation seems to form.
I worked for them before I knew their past.
Then, when you knew, why didn't you leave? They were traitors that deceived Jairuda and put everyone in danger to the STALK.
There's always 2 sides of the same coin, kid. They're not as bad as everyone painted them to be.
How can they not be bad?
For starters, they were betrayed too. Hell, I was even lied to.
The Orthian pulled back at the fierce words and was about to interject before Arwell continued.
Look, you're young, and I get that. You believe what you've been told. But to tell you the truth, they knew they were betraying Gerudo and Aurora. They knew they couldn't go back either. It wasn't by choice. There were too many things in motion and they couldn't control. And it wasn't their fault. Months, years prior, the Gerudo was dealing with the whole xenophobic human expulsion plan of the VRA. The research the crew was running away with, they didn't know the Thoth wanted it until after. They were told the Aurora was just going to take it away from them and lock them up. What can you do when everyone is against you, knowing there's no way out? You have no control over your future anymore. They didn't know. We didn't mean for it to turn out the way it did, but...
He stopped and finished the rest of his drink, and he sat it down on the bar gently.
What does it matter? They're all dead now anyway.
Arwell turned towards Carri. His hazel eyes were almost unfathomable. Was this really the truth? Carri watched as Arwell paid for his drink, and he stood to leave. He gently placed a hand on Carri's shoulder and looked down into his eyes.
Well, I'm sure you're not just gonna believe some drunken Terran, right? Just... don't end up the way I did, alright?
And with that, the Terran left the bar and Carri sat there, staring at his own drink.